Ladies and gentlemen, your man out of Japan, Jay Contra here, and the other day I was in the magical land of Wales and went to a CEX in Newport, and that's what we're looking at right now. It's a huge video. We've got a lot to go through. I hope we can keep it to just one video. But starting out from the far right, we have Super Mario 64 and Bomberman Hero. Super Mario 64 actually seems kind of cheap to me because that's only going for, let's see, right now it's 100, sorry, 100, I'm thinking of yen here. So it's £1 is $1.30. So that's probably like 26 bucks for Super Mario 64. Like that just seems good to me these days. Although we will be getting the Super Mario 3D All-Stars soon, so that's actually about what you'd be paying for just the one game out of the three. Bomberman Hero, I know there's a really expensive Bomberman game, but this is obviously not it because here it's going for like 24 bucks. And then we got Desert Strike on the far left going for like, $4, which is, I guess that's good. I know Genesis games are pretty cheap in the UK because in Europe in general, the Mega Drive did very well. Especially compared to the Super Nintendo and the N64. And here we got Mario Kart 64. That's going for, what's that, like 35 bucks about? Wow, so it's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's not even, I think there were a couple of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers games that came out for the Super Nintendo. But here we've got the movie game going for, let's just call it 18 bucks. And then what is really, this is very shocking to me because I thought it would have been more expensive. That is a complete copy of Ocarina of Time. And it is going for just, let's see, 28 pounds. That's, I need to have a calculator here. Because that's going for, what, 40 bucks? That's like less than $40 for a complete copy of Ocarina of Time. You do not see that in America. I would assume it'd be going for more, but it's also the PAL version, so it's going to be going at 50 frames a second. Some people care about that. Others don't because you get the higher resolution, whatever. Let's see. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey is going for 12 pounds. Let's say, yeah, it was like 15 bucks. Street Fighter 2 Collection. I wonder what's in. Does that mean it's got like Turbo, Street Fighter 2, there's like the other one that I can't remember what it is. That's going for 26 bucks. That's not bad. Oddworld Abe's Exodus is going for $13. So pretty good, like really good showcase here. And then we get, this is the one that is really surprising to me because that's 58 pounds for a Gamecube. It's discounted. I don't know why, because it doesn't look like it's in bad shape to me. But that Gamecube is very nearly $80. Now in Japan, you can find a Gamecube that will go for anywhere from $30 to $40 if it's loose. So seeing it here for like 80 bucks is really, really shocking. I'm assuming it didn't say it didn't come with a controller and the cord, so who knows? Let's see here. We've got Spyro going for 20 bucks. Wow, and then this is the big one. I think this is actually the most expensive thing we'll see. But here we've got X-Men Children of the Atom for the PlayStation 1. This is an arcade port by Capcom. That is going for 70 bucks, 50 pounds. That I hope it's worth 70 bucks. I don't know. People in the comments have told me that I've been told by viewers of the channel that CEX prices are really expensive, but then I've also heard that some games are cheap, so maybe it's the same thing in Japan where it just really depends. Sometimes it'll be cheaper, sometimes it'll be more expensive. I'll tell you, no, the condition on these games that we've seen so far has actually been decent, but then we might be able to see some Game Boy games that get pretty rough. Here we've got a bunch of Dreamcast games in the back. We've got this Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 20... Is that 22 or ZZ? They couldn't have come out with 22 Dragon Ball Z games. So I don't know why it's called 22. That's going for 8 pounds. Then we've got Dragon's Blood on the right. And then House of the Dead 2. Like amazing shooter that has just awful, it's that early, actually, this came out in the 90s? Did this come out in like 99? We'll just say it's just got some rough voice acting with it, I'll tell you. I wonder how much it's going for. I don't know if I actually got the price on this. That's going for 12 pounds. That's 15 bucks. And we got Castle. Oh, we got a double pack here. We got both Quackshot and Castle of Illusion going for 25 bucks. Now, I also should note that in the UK, the sales tax, which they call VAT, value-added tax, is included in the price. So the prices you're looking at are what you will see at the register. Whereas in Japan, it really depends on the store as to whether the price you see on the tag is what you'll be paying at the register. In America, sales tax is not included in the price. That's going for, 26 bucks. And then Batman going for, we'll call it like 30 for that copy. Which, I mean, I don't know. I know there's a Batman game for the Super Nintendo that's really good. And then we got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This was, if it was the N64 version, that would have been the last N64 game released in America. The PlayStation version obviously is not that. But 25 pounds, that's like more than $30. That seems like a lot for a game that would have been printed into oblivion, and it is DualShock compatible. And then down the left, look at that Resident Evil artwork. Oh my God, that's going for $26, 20 pounds for Resident Evil. Rated 15, like I think in America that was rated M. They were like, no, you have to be 17. You have to be in high school for that. You have to be a senior in high school in order to enjoy that game. And then I think there's a bunch of different things that I found around the store. So we'll be cutting. Here we're going to the... Ooh, so that's supposed to include the memory card? Yeah, so here we're looking at the Gamecube games. This is going to be crazy because Pokemon Coliseum actually... There's like the Pokemon box that's worth like hundreds of dollars in English, but the Japanese version's like $10. Here we go, Pokemon Coliseum. Again, this is going to be a PAL version, so it's not going to be cross-compatible with America because of the different frame rates. But this is going for, let's say 30 pounds, or $30 for Pokemon Coliseum. And then on the left, that is really shocking to me. I know it's not as common because Resident Evil 3, this is the GameCube port of the PlayStation original. That is going for like 55 bucks. That is a lot to pay for a Resident Evil game. And I don't think there's anything that really sets apart the GameCube version from the PS1 version. But I guess if you're looking for that complete collection. And then Beautiful Joe going for 15 bucks. It's a great game. I haven't played it in a long time though. And then Time Splitters. I thought, wasn't it Time Splitters 2 that's supposed to be really good? I don't know. Is that this one or is that the next one? I don't know. We've also got a lot of cool games here. So we've got Spyro, Enter the Dragon going for 15 bucks. Wind Waker, that's going for $40. And that's the limited edition, including, it's got some disc on it, but I can't see what it is. And then we got Super Mario Sunshine. The American copy of this game is going for like $60 now. So finding here this British copy for $40, that's pretty much a steal. Like as long as you can deal with that 50 frames a second. Then we've got another copy of Resident Evil 3. So they got two of those copies. And then Sonic Heroes going for like 20 bucks. And then, Simpsons Hit and Run. This is the player's choice version, though, if that matters to you. That's going for like 35. We've got Smash Bros. Melee. I could have sworn this would have been super expensive, even in the UK. But much like Mario Sunshine, it's going here for about $40. So that's really good, at least to me. That's if I could find that in America for 40 bucks, I would buy it if I didn't already have it. And then 13 is actually really expensive in Japan. It can easily be $40 or $50. Here in the UK, it's going for a measly $10. Followed up by, this is a really good set. Like, if you wanted a good GameCube collection, you could come to this Newport CEX and get a good set. Like, Double Dash for, what was that, 30, less than $35. Really good. Rebel Strike, Rogue Squadron 3 for £8? Man, if I had a British GameCube, yeah, I'd easily be picking that up. Let's see, Tasmanian Tiger going for $8, £6. Metroid Prime, you can't go wrong with Metroid Prime, picking up 15 pounds. That's like $20. That is so good. Metroid Prime is, yes, it's worth $20. I mean, come on. Enter the Matrix. Wasn't Enter the Matrix the one where you could pretend to be a hacker? It's $4, my dudes. You could type in eject disk into I think it might have been the PlayStation 2 version. I don't think you could have done that with the GameCube because obviously it's a manual release. And then we go to Shadow the Hedgehog, which is really expensive in Japan. Here it's going for $20, 15 pounds. In Japan, it's easily worth $40 plus. I've seen mint copies of this at Mandarake go for $80. It's really weird, that differential there. And then the original remake of Resident Evil. I love actually that the art here is really understated, and I love that because the the American version's not that great, and here it's just going for $10. And it's the thing where Resident Evil 1 and 0 were heavily printed, but the Resident Evil 3 was not. And Resident Evil 2 is the same thing. Resident Evil 4, yes, $12, $13. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think there's like the newer versions for like the PlayStation 4 that'll be better in terms of resolution. And then Wrath of Cortex, $18. Okay, it's fine. And then, yeah, the Star Wars Lego games have really held their value across most of the platforms that I've seen. So no surprise to see one here going for $26, 20 pounds. Like a great set. You could get a real good start to the GameCube with all of these games. You got the real heavy hitters there. Now we're going to the other showcase. We're looking at a 75-pound GameCube. That is $100 for a silver GameCube. No, like, first of all, the silver one, nobody wants that one. Like, okay, look, if you want the silver GameCube, it's a GameCube. I understand it. But the silver GameCube is not really that desired. I've seen them everywhere in Japan go for like less than $40, including ones that are in the box. I prefer the black one and the purple one. If you can find the Japanese orange one, that one's obviously much better. And then here we got $100 for an N64 unboxed. That is just like, why? And then here we've got one for $26 for a really, actually, what looks like it's in fair condition. You've always got to check the sticks with these. I'm sure the stick is fine, but obviously some sticks are going to be better than others, particularly on N64 games. Then here we've got a Wii U going for $130. That's not terrible. If you're lucky in Japan, you might find them for $60 or $70. I know they're not really that sought after right now. Now is the time to buy the Wii U's because they're not going to be cheaper than this. Depending on what happens over the next 5 years, I could see these getting really expensive, especially considering that there weren't a lot of them printed, and if it becomes a GameCube situation, people are really going to be desperate for them because the digital shop's probably going to shut down. It just depends on what happens with that. Wii's, of course, very cheap, going for like $45. We've got that beautiful racing controller going for like $80. Like, that's wild, like $70, $80. Then here we go. Okay, here we go to the games. Super Swiv, which is a sought-after shooting game. It's actually kind of expensive in Japan, being anywhere from $20 to $30. Here it's going for about $15. That's pretty good. We've got Zool. Wait, is that? No, sorry. Because there's another Zool for the N64 that was Japan only that can get pretty expensive. But here it's going for $13 for the Super Nintendo copy. I've not actually seen the Super Nintendo version, so I don't know if it's in the same franchise. Here we've got, look at that. That is a really beat up copy of Super Mario Land 2. But hey, it's $10. If you want it, you want it. That is rough, I will say. And then we've got Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge going for $8 for the Game Boy Advance. $7. Please excuse my J Contra math here. That Donkey Kong Country, though, going for $15. I don't know if that's a good price or not, but it's Donkey Kong Country. I like the Donkey Kong Countries. I know I'm spitting hot fire here. I am fine with the Donkey Kong Countries. And then we got Minish Cap going for, I want to say $28. And then look at that copy of Blue, my dudes. That is rough. Like, something happened to that copy. I don't know what, but something did. And that's going for, like, we'll call it $22. Along with a copy of Wario Land 2 going for $10. And then the Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, though, doesn't look like it's in terrible shape. That's going for $18. And actually, okay, let's talk about this Game Boy. So here, it doesn't say it doesn't come with the box. So what I've noticed is, actually, if you remember the previous UK shopping video where we went to Stratford upon Avon, they had a complete Game Boy that was in really good condition. That was going for, I think, 120 pounds. So about $150, $160. Here we've got one. I don't see the box here, but it would say if it did not have the box. If you see, look, on the right, that copy of Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, it says unboxed. It does not say that here. It says discounted, and I'm presuming that's because you can see the scratches on the screen. Now, those scratches are bad. There's no getting around that. Looking at that Game Boy Advance over on the left, it looks like it has a little bit of scratching on it, but nowhere near as bad as this Game Boy. This Game Boy is still going for, my God, for, what is that, $65? That is wild. No, sorry, not even that. Like $80. That's crazy. And then yeah, so the thing with this Game Boy Advance is that it's got a lot of scratches on it, but it's not really like concentrated. It's kind of all over the place, so it's not in terrible shape. But I probably wouldn't buy this one, to be honest. It is going for $50. In Japan you could find one in better condition, but again, we're not in Japan and we can't even go to Japan as of the filming of this video. So, take the prices for what you will. Now, this Mark II, I am absolutely in love with the British Mega Drive 2 because I just love those red buttons on the black console. It looks phenomenal, and here it is going loose for, let's call it extra 15, so that's $60. That's actually in Japan. These Model 2s are easily worth $80 even if they're loose. And then we've got the official Model 2 Sega Saturn controller, $20 though. I mean, in Japan these are like $10. They're not hard to find. I love the black finish of them though. You don't find those black controllers in Japan. And then here we've got, so that's interesting. So the Model 2 is going for, sorry, how much was that? I'm gonna have to look back here. How much is the Model 2 going for? Okay, so it's going for £45. Model 2 is more sought after than the Model 1. Now, if someone in the comments could please tell me why, but my thought is that the Model 1, it's got the headphone jack, it's got the adjustable, at least the Japanese one does. I don't know if the PAL one does, but it's got the adjustable volume controls, and it also, I don't necessarily think it looks better. I think the PAL version does look better than the Japanese one. But I think I remember hearing that the Model 2 has like a better sound chip on it or something. Someone can please correct me in the comments. But it doesn't look, this looks a little bit roughed up, but again, it's like $50. It's not terrible. And then here we've got, I wonder if this is the memory card that goes with the Pokemon Coliseum that we just saw. But this is like $20? Like, no, these memory cards are not expensive. You could find it for $10 on eBay because the Japanese ones. The thing is, okay, so actually, now that I think about it, the thing about the memory cards is that I believe that memory cards are sold without region formatting when they're new. But I think the moment you format it, it gets region locked. So if you format a new card in America, you can then only use it with American Gamecubes after that, and with British and PAL. And then if it's formatted in PAL, you can only use it in PAL. If you format in Japan, you can only use it with Japanese Gamecubes. I don't know if you can there's got to be some magic with USB connections that maybe you can get around that. I'm not sure. Then look at that. Oh yeah, the slim Xbox controller. That's going for, wow, that's really expensive. I thought the Xbox was popular enough to where I thought you could find these anywhere, but really, like, was that $24 bucks? That seems like a lot to me. And then look at this PlayStation 2, my dudes. Wow, what happened to this? What do people do to their consoles? Like, maybe I'm crazy in that I like to at least, like, okay, I will admit my GameCube, the top, because the GameCube's got that glossy circle on the very top. Mine has a couple of scratches on it. I don't have any consoles nearly as bad as this one, but kids, they don't care. But I mean, when I was a kid, I sort of cared about my consoles. I didn't rough them up like this. That's going for $60, by the way. Here we've got the Sega Mega Drive Mini, the newer one. That's going for what, $70? And then we've got the Street Fighter Collection going for, we'll call it like $35. And then we've got the PlayStation, the original, the tank, as I like to call it. That is going for $30. That is, that's pretty good. In Japan, the PlayStation 1, the smaller, compact one, has really gone up in price. So getting one for like $30, like, yeah, I mean, there's tens of millions of those things floating around. Now, this one is interesting because they don't list if it plays PlayStation 2 games or not. I know there's a trick where it's like the original it's like the original two or three models because there's the fat PS3s, and then there's the fat PS3 revisions that came out that only do emulation, and then there's the next one that came out that don't natively play the games. It's really weird. This is going for what is that, like $90? I don't know if that's good in the UK, but again, this is another one where they've got millions of these floating around. It's really amazing to me that these have kept their value. Maybe it's just because they're useful as Blu-ray players. I'm not sure. But actually, now that I think about it, I've not seen many PS3s in these stores. I've seen PS4s, but PS3 seems to be going on its way out. So maybe now's the time to buy them before they get super expensive. See here. Wow, okay. So this, yeah, it's not actually that much more expensive. In Japan, these PS1s are getting really pricey as opposed to their tank brethren. Here, it's going for $40. That seems like a good deal to me. Just to get if you didn't have a PlayStation before, that doesn't seem bad to me. And then we've got the classics. So we've got $90 for the Nintendo Classic Mini, $70 for the Sega Genesis Mini. And then here we've got with the GameCube player. Let's see. That's because it's the Resident Evil 4 edition. And it also, is that because, is that the Game Boy player? Let's see. No, this is just interesting. I've never seen this before. So this is the Resident Evil 4 edition GameCube. It looks like it doesn't come. I thought that black bottom would have been the Game Boy Advance player. I don't believe it is, though. It's going for $120. Oh, my Lord. But it looks like the controller slots actually look yellowed for some reason. And I wonder, I mentioned this in the last video, but I'm wondering if that's because these windows don't block out the radiation. The radiation of the sun. So what's happening is these are getting blasted just constantly. I'd be really afraid about the label fade and the console fade. It might get really bad for these. And then we've got the Super Nintendo. That's going for $70. Actually, if I remember, I think I saw it for more expensive. And again, I will state my surprise that the Super Nintendo is more expensive than that. N64 is going for like $110. Do I get in closer? I hope I do. Hold on. Maybe it comes with the box. Okay, so actually it comes with the expansion pack. That's like worth $20 already. Whereas the other one was, I think, £70. Here it's going for $85. Is it discounted because it doesn't come with the box? It doesn't say it is unboxed. So if this comes with the box, that's an amazing deal because, I mean, those can be really expensive, at least in America. I don't know about the case for the UK, but like you're like $110 for an N64. My God. I'm assuming it's not coming with the box because otherwise £85 would be an insane deal. So yeah, all right, that's it. That has been the CEX or the CEX according to the advertisements from a few years ago at Newport. I've loved actually going around the UK and visiting all of these. I'm trying to find proper retro shops, but I haven't been able to find one actually. I'm sure there's got to be a bunch in London, of course, but I haven't made it out there yet. Please tell me what you thought of the video. Please tell me if these are good prices or not, because I'm new to looking for video games in the UK, and from what people have told me, it's been, either these prices are extortionate to these prices are actually pretty good when you compare them to eBay, but I'm not an expert on this stuff and I'm always trying to learn. Thanks for watching, and a big mahalo to all my Patreon supporters.